Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. This is how not to play D.Va. God. If you're an experienced D.Va and you know how to play her, she can wreck the field and cause some serious mayhem. I'm not. I just can't get into her. I kind of like her, but at the same time, not really. I don't know. She's a weird hero for me. So anyways, this is D.Va. Well, a skin of D.Va. Anyways, her Q is a boosters. It increases movement speed by 125% for 2 seconds. Enemies that are hit take X damage and are knocked away. D.Va cannot be slowed while boosters are active, and each enemy can only be hit once per use. It's a great way to boop enemies out of the way. It could be used as a finisher too, in case there's an enemy with a very little bit of low health. You could boost and hit them, or boop them and into death. And boosters can also be used as a engage or disengage, although I rarely recommend them for a disengage, but you know, you'll probably see me using them as an engage. Then we come into her defense matrix. It's her W. It's a rectangular, maybe more of a trapezoid. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've used D.Va. I'm thinking more of a rectangle, but maybe a trapezoid. You'll see. AoE in front of her, or wherever you decide to point it down, and she's going to sit there and she's going to stare and put that on the ground. And what's going to happen is anything that's caught in that area, I believe it's actually only heroes, yeah, only heroes that are caught in that area deal 75% less damage. However, her movement speed is... Oh, it does not affect her movement speed. She cannot turn, but she can move. And damage dealt to the mech from enemies within defense matrix still grants the same amount of self-destruct charge. So basically, you want to try to reuse that to reduce a whole bunch of incoming damage, and you're still going to get some self-destruct charge. Here's her self-destruct. Eject from the mech, setting it to self-destruct after 4 seconds. It does a larger damage in the center, and then less damage in the outer, but still a shit ton of damage, depending on distance from center. Only deals 50% damage against structures, so you don't want to be continually trying to use this to nuke down structures. You gain 1% charge for every 2 seconds spent basic attacking, and 30% charge per 100% of mech health lost. So what this means is that D.Va has this wicked fast attack speed. It's not a hard-hitting basic attack, but it's enough that you don't want to be sitting there underneath it the entire game. And she gets 1% of her charge every 2 seconds that's basic attacking, and then 30% charge per 100% of health lost. So remember, this also ties into defense matrix. So then we get her trait. When D.Va's mech dies, she's ejected out after 3/4 of a second and continues to fight. D.Va's mech only worth half as much XP upon dying. So it's not a huge loss if you lose your mech, but at the same time, they're still gaining XP for it. So you don't want to be continuously losing it at all times. And then on top of that, whenever you jump out as just a pilot D.Va, you have no abilities until you talent into them, which I think you can only get a few of them. And then she uses her pistol thingy to deal damage. However, it is a fairly significant amount of damage. It's a fairly quick basic attack. Her first ultimate, D.Va's mech becomes unstoppable and stomps every half a second, dealing X damage and slowing enemies by 40% in the last 4 seconds. You have to be in a mech to do this. The damage isn't all that great, however, the fact that it's going to be slowing enemies by 40% is pretty damn great. Then we have her big shot. I see most D.Vas pick this one up, and that's because it's a straight line skill shot while you're in your pilot form. But it deals X damage to all enemies in a line. The cooldown of call mech is reduced by 8 seconds for each enemy hero hit. And the cooldown mech, I don't even know how long it is. But it's a fairly long time if your mech gets killed and you have to build your bar back up. Which I'll show you. So that's D.Va. Let's get into her. Alright, we find ourselves in Cursed Hollow.
Familiar to anyone else? Hey, get your own style. You ready for a fight? Huh?
Alright, so I'm not a good D.Va player, and that'll very much reflect on my playstyle. Normally I like to go for quests, but I'm not a big fan of Crash Course. We're gonna go with Rushdown because I recommend Rushdown if it's a huge map and you need to get somewhere fast, because D.Va's only form of movement in mech mode is boosters. Otherwise, you're walking everywhere. And on huge maps like the Warhead Junction, that is a pain. However, since this map is not too big, but time is a factor, we are going to go with Rushdown. And what that does is whenever I use this out of combat, the cooldown is reduced. However, if you get into combat while that's going, the cooldown will not be reduced. This is a great map for Defense Matrix, so we might spec into it. I'm not entirely for sure. We're going to do that. Okay. We're going to boop him out of the way. I really wish he hadn't re-engaged. And then I lost my mech immediately afterwards, so I can't say I'm much better. And this is D.Va. That's how fast her mech bar goes back up. Now this is immediately full whenever you use the self-destruct. Well, it's not immediately full. It fills up as the mech is self-destructing. However, if you lose the mech like so, you start off with 0 and you have to work your way up. That's why Big Shot's so useful. Now, a strategy you can use is to stay in mech form as long as possible to deal as much damage. However, I'm in danger, so we're just going to go ahead and drop that. We're going to move up just a little bit, deal a little bit of damage, and we're going to peace out. And I'm out of tower edge. So throw down Defense Matrix. There we go. Well, I walked into that. I'm not too happy about that. We're probably going to go with Bring It On. We're going to get out. Well, I was going to try to get out. So they just got a full hero's worth XP from my mech. Now, early game, that's not too harmful, but at the same time, that's not great. If I had played better and smarter, it would have been no better off, but I wasn't. Now, I want to get this bar loaded up. Woof. I really did not mean to use my self-destruct at all. I wanted to save my self-destruct. I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna boop him. Okay, he backed up. Oh, a Murky is great for a butcher. Beautiful. Boop him. Oh, we didn't go into combat, so our cooldown's reduced. Fantastic.
Gather tribute or face my curse.
It's actually pretty good timing for to be in a D.Va. So for my level 7, we're gonna go with. We're not gonna go with nuclear option because it gives too much time for the people to walk out. We need a lot of follow up, like the Oryx Tome or Zarya's whatever thing that brings them all together. Ult. Probably gonna go with Dazer Zone. Go ahead, mech. We're gonna do that so we lower their damage so that Butcher can get out of that. Now we really don't want to be targeting Lily that much because we're lowering her basic cooldowns. Wow, I can't believe they let me get that tribute. Wow, I cannot believe they let me get that tribute. And I even screwed up by not channeling immediately on it. Alright, so let's go ahead and work our way back down. So this is where the Q comes in handy. As long as I don't get hit anything by any enemy, we can make our way down south pretty quickly. Lurky can get out, no problem.
Gather tribute. Earn my favor.
Now remember, we always want to be trying to attack, so that way we can, there we go. I wanted those to retarget on me. Let's get this, health fountain. I don't have self-destruct charge, but that's okay. We should be okay. That Artanis, I mean, is going to go in. We're going to lower his... Well, we probably shouldn't have bothered with that. I thought he was going to start attacking. Okay, we're going to start lowering his attack. He's dead. Okay, we want to go with Big Shot. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Cool beans, good job. Let's go down.
Shall be weakened. Let them fall before you.
We're just gonna sit here and we're gonna help. Actually, you know what? I need to build up my mech charge, so we're gonna sit here and go back in mech. I was gonna stay in pilot form to help DPS this down faster, but the longer if I stay in mech form, I can build up my charge faster. So let's do that. We're gonna just boop through all that. Okay, we're in a defense matrix. Defense matrix.
My curse subsides.
Enemy deleted. Taking the shot.
And there's no reason not to use your big shot off cooldown. You have... Whoops. You have no mana, no energy, no nothing to worry about. She's dead. We really don't want to be over here. We don't have anything to push with us. We probably should get a camp or something. So let's go get this camp. Now, Diva is not a good jungler, but Butcher should be here shortly to help out, hopefully. We can just get this started. Yep. No, you want to try to be as space as possible, because I don't know if you see that bar right there, or seen it during the entire time. Whoops, I didn't mean to lose my mech. But it's a rectangular bar in front of Diva that shows her basic attack area. That entire area is taking damage. We're gonna do with emergency shielding. This will help me have a better chance of using my nuke in case I take too much burst damage at once. I want to get right here so we can knock that down. mech.
Now I'll show them.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and defense matrix. We need to get out. We need to get out. I don't know why he decided to sit there, but okay. That was really dumb. Oh, come on, Illidan! I put a nuke down in a corridor so you could get out, and you went back in. Good God. Okay, so we went back in on Murky so that way he can, Butcher can get the stacks. I don't know what this Lily is doing.
I'm on offense.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
I bet I can get this fort before you get me. Now we're gonna peace out.
We've got this. Diva, moving out. Defense matrix activated. That was cool.
Okay, we're gonna go with that torpedo dash. This gives me some mobility as a Diva pilot. Okay, so I put that there to cut off his escape. That's the only reason I put that there.
I'm back in the fight.
So he could have either kept running away from us and get nuked, or let's get the boss.
Let's bring in some mercs.
Or he could have sat there and tried to go back into us. Either way, he was dead.
Gather tribute or face my curse. The choice is simple.
Deleted. Let's see them stop me. GG.
I would like to get a healing fountain first, but unfortunately, you got 30 seconds to go. And this is why I like the boosters. I move faster over time than someone mounted. We're gonna go help this. Try to help this Illidan.
You have won my favor, heroes. Let your enemies know my wrath.
Okay, we're gonna torpedo dash out of that, and then we're gonna. And this is why Diva's a nuisance. So we're gonna put this as close as we can right there, and that's GG. I'm not entirely for sure what I would have picked for level 20. I don't remember Diva's level 20s, but oh, it would have been Big Shot. He gives 3 bursts instead of 1. Oh wow, I can't believe I made MVP. Cool. Oh. and I just memed, even though y'all are the only ones who really got to see that meme, so you played yourself. Anyways, that's D.Va. She's a fairly simple hero to learn and play. She's fun to play. I would assume she'd be fun for new players to play. The biggest thing you have to learn if you're a new player giving her a try is that you're extremely squishy and you have no escape if you're into pilot form. So that's why I always pick up Torpedo Dash. It's a great movement out of danger, while as a pilot it can get you out of some serious shit and give you just enough time to get back into your mech. But give her a shot. She's pretty fun. Thank you for joining me and have a great day.